Oh, there's a moth in here. Good evening. You already know what it is. What's up, everybody? I have that song that goes, how about you, boo-doo, do-do-do-do, I'm making my dreams come true, boo-doo, boop, boop, boo-doo. I got that song stuck in my head. All right, let's, go on, TW, how do you spell Twitch? Twitch.tv/MeatHaus. All right. Whoa. All right. Here we go, Bulldogs. All right. I think we should be good, right? Firing on all, I said firing on all syllables. That's not how it is. Firing on all cylinders. There we go. Pulling up chat on my telephone. Sweet, all right, it's upper day. Little evening stream, get this party going. Move this guy over here. So upper day, oh, what is this? My 70 hours of discounted gifted subs for my channel. Okay. Hey, apparently there's gifted subs on Twitch. So y'all can do with that what you want. We're gonna spam some banded tricep extensions real quick. Dealing with a little bit of a, like tennis elbow or golfer's elbow. I don't know. The inside of my elbow is not feeling great, so we're just gonna hit these. I don't know, maybe 50 just to get some blood flow going on each side. Ugh. And then we'll get started on some, what are we doing first? For sure we have either lat pull downs or incline bench. There we go. I think incline bench is what we've got first. Oh, yeah. Probably gonna do 2 sets of these, if I had to guess. Oh. All right. There we go. Not a bad way to start. I guess I could do this facing the camera, right? How about you, do-do, do-do-do-do, you're making my dream come true. Okay, stop asking me about Windows backup. Okay. So, in looking at our, here, I'll move the command center back into frame here. So looking at, where is she? Yeah, we're gonna start a little dumbbell bench into some flies, some pull downs, some lateral raises, some rows. To really get this upper body nice and fatigued. Man, we're starting late. Almost 7:10. Normally we try and get out here at like 6:30, but daughter going a little goblin mode before bed, so We're just gonna keep doing the second set here on tricep extensions. Warm up these elbows a bit. Oh, get some blood flow going. All right, there we go. Because yeah, the inside of my elbow is feeling a little wonky, so just doing a little warm up, a little prehab before we get going. Is the inside tennis elbow or golfer's elbow? One inside is tennis and the outside is golfer's or something like that. I don't know, but that's what we got going on. So just getting some blood going here. All right. And then we'll do just some quick pull aparts. Warm up these scaps, rear delts. Candidly, I just kind of spam these a whole bunch, different angles, different heights. And then we'll get this shit going. Yeah. Ugh. All right. Okay. Jump over here. And then pre-roll ads are disabled. Sweet. I think that's good. All right. Okay. So what do we want to do? We'll get the bench here set up. That should be good. And we'll move this guy. All right, so we'll warm up a couple sets here on incline bench, and then we will get into our working weight. 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, okay. Not a bad place to start. Oy. I actually think we'll change the angle on our bench. I feel like I'm hitting a little bit more of my front delt than I would like. All right. How about you? Do, 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 do. 20, 30, 40. Oh. Oh. 50. 30, 40, 50. Come on. There we go. And there we go. All right. Yeah, my forearm is not feeling the best. I do think, honestly, it might be from going a little too hard on hammer curls the last couple weeks, so might be taking a little siesta, a little break from, excuse me, a little break from hammer curls for the next, I don't know, couple weeks. See how that feels? We'll figure it out. Anyways. Oh yeah, it feels better. Okay. And throw on our working weight, twerking weight for the day. Today is a decently heavy, or not heavy, decently, what do I want to say? Dumbbell, the frequent 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. What I'm trying to say is we do a lot of dumbbells on this day. So we're gonna end up having to go back and forth to our little zone over here to adjust our dumbbells pretty frequently. But that's all good. 50 and 60. Oh. Oh. And 60. So again, we got 3 sets, 8 to 10 on a little inclined dumbbell with the 60s, and 60, 60, 60. It's definitely still an adjustment training this late. I'm so used to typically I'm used to typically training, about 6 in the morning, but just with work and with life, with the kids, it was getting a little unsustainable, where I'd have a pretty solid 2 weeks, and then, dude, the 3rd week I would just be dying because waking up at around 5:15 to try and eat something and to get ready and to prepare and all of that stuff, dude, catches up with you. And sometimes going to bed at 9 o'clock is just not doable, like with the kids, and then you of course want to spend time with my wife and relax and have my own time and all of that. So it just seems like moving forward, this is going to be a bit more sustainable for the time being. Kids go down, then we wake up, is what it's gonna be. So, try and stick with that. Oh, Atlas, what's up, man? How are you? Happy Monday. I'm good, man. I am good. Just, you know, getting a little evening training session in, trying to, you know, make the most of what we can, all that good stuff. Had a pretty nice Monday, all things considered. How was your Monday? How are things going on your end? All right. All right. Whew, there's one. You're good. Dude, happy to hear. Happy to hear. Glad you're having a nice Monday, man. Oh. Not a bad first working set. Elbow's not feeling too bad, so we will take that. I'm excited for later this evening because we started watching, my wife and I started watching Welcome to Derry on HBO. It's like a prequel series to the It movies, right? There's like the miniseries with Tim Curry, and then they remade the movies and blah, blah, blah. But the prequel series on HBO is pretty good. And we were watching the third episode, and I fell asleep last night. So we're gonna finish it, excuse me, later tonight, and I'm excited to check it out. It's been pretty good so far, so excited to see where it goes. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Okay, so we're one working set in. We hit 10, feeling pretty good. Again, the goal is, of course, to bias our upper chest as much as we can. Train hard, get close to failure, right? Safely, intelligently, and push ourselves. And as we get bigger and get stronger, you know, we will progressively overload over time and keep making those gains, you know. But dealing with currently I'm dealing with a little bit of a elbow wonkiness, but that's okay. We're doing some rehab stuff. Off stream, we're doing some prehab stuff before we train. Trying to help things out a little bit. All right, second set, here we go. Whew. All right. That's 2. And we'll adjust our camera angle real quick. You know we love those sick angles. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. We'll rock with this for our next set. What is this? What's the electric Rivian? That's what it is. Rivian. And my phone autocorrects it to Vivian. That's fun. Okay. Ba-bump. Bum-bum. Ugh. Now once we hit this, this last set, we'll adjust the old Iron Masters down so we can hit some flies. I've been scouring Facebook Marketplace to try and find any sort of, like, I know Titan makes like a plate loaded chest press, you know, just some sort of kind of complementary accessory piece that wouldn't take up too much space in here. Unfortunately, the one that I found was like 38 miles away, even though the guy's only selling it for like 150 bucks, but that's just too far of a drive. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll expand the MeatHaus and we'll broaden our floor plan. But for now, what we're working with, not so bad. And also for now, we've got one last set of these. And then we'll update our spreadsheet and move on to our next exercise. So, all right, here we go. Come on. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Like clockwork, AM, PM, rain or shine. Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. What's up, Bowser? Happy Monday. How you doing? Oh. We'll move our ooh. A little burpy, sorry. Just like fucking burping right into the microphone. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Nice, Bowser. Nice. All right. We have to update our spreadsheet. I mean, next week, I think we're going up. this rate. So, all right, so we're gonna do some flies, and I think we're just gonna stick at 30s and not snap our shit. So, okay. We'll get this guy out of the way and update our dumbbells one more time. But yeah, next week we're moving up, so that'll be good. 20, 30. Take all this off. Sorry, I know that that's quite loud. But while I'm moving this stuff, we'll do a little chat. So, we just hit incline dumbbell, 3 sets of 10 with 60s. That is a weight and rep PR. So we will take that. Love to see it. And for next week, we'll jump up to the 65s and take those for a ride and see how that goes. One thing I've noticed, the last week and a half or so, training in the evenings now, as opposed to solely in the mornings, is, after a day's worth of food and, about 2,200 calories at this point, we are pretty noticeably stronger, I'd say. Working out basically fasted is absolutely a net positive on our training. So I do think that's good. So we will take it. What is going on? There we go. All right. So 3 sets, 10 to 12 with the 30s on some incline flies. I've mentioned this in some other streams, but a huge fear of mine is absolutely just snapping my shit. Doing these, or like preacher curls, or deadlifts with a mixed grip or something, tearing a bicep, tearing a rotator cuff, all of that. So for these, 30 pounds is about as heavy as we're gonna go for the time being. So. Zika, I hope I'm saying that right. Zika_MX. Welcome to the MeatHaus. We like to have fun here. And you're true. There is no rest until I have Guts' physique, but dude, to get there, we need Dragon Slayer, So until then, all we've got are adjustable dumbbells and a barbell. But Guts is pretty jacked. I mean, he wields like a metal refrigerator of a sword. So yeah. Also, I need a arm cannon. Would be pretty sick. Let's mix this up a wee bit. But, dude, love Berserk. Great series. R.I.P. Mira. There's a guy on TikTok that made like a makeshift version of Dragon Slayer, and he's like, you know, day 97, you know, of practicing throwing around this greatsword until I can wield it like Guts. Maybe one day he'll get there, but not yet. I could try and be like Zoro from One Piece and just put 315 on the barbell and practice my sword swings. He's a beast. Hey, Eclipse, what's up, man? Happy Monday. How you doing? Oh. Oh. Currently talking about Berserk. I don't know if you're a fan. Oh. All right, we'll do one more of these. Ugh. Oh. 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 Yes, I've seen that guy. Imagine being at the beach one day and seeing someone practicing with Dragon Slayer. Dude, that'd be insane. I wouldn't even know how to process it. Oh yes, Sword God was a terrific internet thing. I don't know if I'm familiar with Sword Gata? Is that the guy's name? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, good for that guy on TikTok. He's getting pretty good with his Dragon Slayer knockoff. That's for sure. I mean, in every Souls game, I always go Unga Bunga and try and pick the biggest sword I can find, which is usually the great sword. Oh. All right, we have one more of these. I don't know what's going on with my phone here. There we go. And we'll update our spreadsheet. I'll keep on keeping on. Go. Jump over here. Can't recall his name, but the god is the traditional tool, and the guy put the marketing spin on it. And this guy put the marketing spin on it. Oh. Okay. equipped. Thanks, man. Dude, how was your Monday? How are things going? And did you see the latest Jeff Nippard video talking about body fat percentages and all that? Oh, that's making its rounds now in all the, like, I'm not in a ton of like fitness subreddits. I'm in like the natural bodybuilding one and a couple others, but dude, now everybody's just posting, what's my body fat percentage? Where do you think I'm at? Oh. Oh. Hey. Okay. So it's gonna call it on some flies. We did our incline dumbbell press into Tums, you have to give him another view. I mean, it's basically he takes, you know, men and women at different body fat percentages and uses, you know, the new Jeff Nippard Muscle Lab and whatever, like his home gym, the gym he built and all of that, and like tests people and does like a DEXA, and he does another thing, and basically like looks at the physique differences between men and women at different body fat percentages, and how, you know, men at like, I think like from like 50, the change from like 50 to 30% is pretty drastic, and then like 30 to 20 is pretty drastic, while like for women it's more noticeable at 40, because women naturally like carry more. But I mean, it basically is like not anything revolutionary or groundbreaking, but you know, just kind of in line with what you would expect, I think. Have I been collecting manga lately? Not lately. I do have quite a few physical volumes. I have some, my parents went to Japan and got me some One Piece volumes in Japanese that are pretty sweet. And I have the complete run of 20th Century Boys. I have a lot of Hunter x Hunter. I have a lot of Dorohedoro. I have Pluto. What else? I'm trying to think what else I have physical. I've got a lot of JoJo's as well, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have a lot of manga. I mostly read digitally. It's just faster and it's easier. But I do read a lot of manga. And I have some physical volumes, but not a ton. Don't know why I feel that buying gym equipment with the only things necessary for one person's goal costs as much as 5 to 10 years of a normal membership. I get that, and I think it definitely has gotten more expensive, just as like the cost of steel and manufacturing and shipping and all of that is has made purchasing equipment more expensive. But there's also things like the cost of your time. Like, do you live, you know, a decent drive to the gym? Like, what does your lifestyle look like? So, for example, I'm married, I have 2 kids, I also work from home. And so, you know, instead of spending, I don't know, like $100 a month on a gym membership, plus the cost of my time going back and forth and all of that. Like convenience is really important to me. I also have the space for a gym. Not a lot of people have that luxury, so I know I'm more fortunate than other people. So those are things to consider. Also, you can get creative with buying equipment, you know, like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, like a whole bunch of places, like liquidation sales can work as well. The other thing is gym equipment holds value. You know, like a 45-pound plate will always be 45 pounds. So it holds a lot of value. So there's a lot of like resale opportunity with equipment. And then the other thing is, again, this is more of like maybe a me thing that not other people can take advantage of. But we bought this house like right when COVID started. And that's when, you know, the companies I worked for would start doing like wellness stipends and work from home allowances and all of that stuff. And I was able to buy gym equipment and expense it through my companies that I worked for in software. So a lot of this, you know, again, I know I'm the exception here, not the rule, was paid for by like companies I worked for through like workplace benefits and stuff. So love a gym like that, envious in a good way. Well, thank you. And thank you for stopping by the stream. And the $25 membership from Mexico. I mean, dude, if it works, it works. Not gonna knock the hustle. So, not worth the watch. I'd rather spend time into MeatHaus. Dude, Equips, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And yeah, the 3-car garage is, you know, I tell my wife all the time, because I thought our house was too much for us. We didn't have kids at the time when we bought it. And she was like, no, we'll grow into it. You know, we should buy it. And so if it wasn't for her, the MeatHaus wouldn't exist. So it's all thanks to her. Okay. I think we'll just go right to our working weight. Whew. Okay. So what do we have? Yeah. We'll do 120. There we go. All right. Oh, man. Oh, Eclipse, I know you keep up with bodybuilding. There was a couple weeks ago, I think we were talking about like natties who have big delts, right? And one of the guys I mentioned was Eddie. I think it's Eddie_1995 is his account on Instagram. And he just competed at the Muscle Mayhem over the weekend, which is like one of the biggest like natural pro shows like on the West Coast. And so he was in it. My boy Eric Helms was in it, Alberto Nunez, and a bunch of others, natural pros. And dude, that guy Eddie won. He's won every pro show he's done this year. And he's going to Worlds. And dude, he looks unreal on stage. So. And I've been following Eddie for a long time. And it's cool to see him just sweeping the pro circuit this year. I mean, when you look at him, he looks crazy. His lat insertions are nuts. His legs are nuts. Guy's an insane physique. Ooh. Man. Okay. First working set. Hats off to them. Working so hard with their prep. Yeah, man. Got a lot of respect for those guys. Especially for being in the game as long as they've been in it. I mean, talk about consistency and dedication. I talked to my wife a little bit ago and was like, you know, I think at least one time, I would want to hire a coach and maybe go through it all and see, you know? See what we got. If I've got the dedication and discipline to go through with it, and just to see, like, you know, what are we working with, you know, under all this. I think it'd be cool. And I wouldn't, at least the plan wouldn't be to do, you know, like a men's physique or something like that. I think I would want to go like full bodybuilding and try and get as just fucking shredded as I could. Like a little date, shriveled up like a little raisin. But it'd be cool, I think, one day. Oh, but we've got a pretty lanky frame we've got to fill out, I think, before then. But, yeah. Does she know how cranky competitors get? She doesn't, but, you know, we'll cross that when we get there. I also think our kids would need to be older. It's too hard when they're so young, and I couldn't be super anal and hardcore about every little thing. It's just not sustainable. But I think when they're in like elementary school, it'd be a little bit more doable, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It's fun to think about. The reality of the situation would obviously be much more difficult. Ugh. 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 Okay. We got two sets down, one more to go. Okay. Vent on us and not your family when you attempt this journey. We can handle it. They deserve your love and care. Full vegan gains? Dude, what a... Is that guy even still around? I have not heard... I mean, I think you've mentioned him a couple other times. There's another guy, Hage Higeman, over on Twitch, that's mentioned him before too. Plant-based diet, health and fitness. I mean, he's live right now. What the? Dude, he looks totally different now. Is he on gear? He's gotta be, right? What in the world? Dude, he looks like a totally different person. I haven't looked at this guy's channel in, like, honestly, 6 or 7 years probably. He looks like a totally different person. Sawzle. Dude, what in the world? That is crazy. That is not the, I don't want to say the experience, but that is not the, I was not expecting that. It's vegan? Is that a hormone? Sawzul? Sazul? Swazule? I don't know how I'm saying this. Oh, okay. It's like how it took me to Urban Dictionary. I was a very boomer moment. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah. That's wild, man. And I like how his picture on YouTube is the same picture he's had since like 2015. Dude, that's crazy. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Okay. All right, last set. Yeah, just mocking the slang. Once I hit Urban Dictionary, I was like, okay, now it all makes sense. But yeah, dude, he looks nuts. So, damn. Talk about a jump scare. I was not expecting that. Did you end up training today? And also, what I know you mentioned, you've got the bolted pull-up bar, and I think you said you were doing like 5 a.m. cleans and stuff. Oh. What kind of programming do you work with? All right. Well, seated. Little seated row. Are we gonna update this? Okay. Ugh. Okay. Man, I cannot stop burping. And it's been, dude, we woke up and it was 30, I think it was 30 degrees this morning. So nice and cold finally. And then tomorrow, I think it's back up to like 75. So we had like one cold day come through, and then it's just back to being hot. So it was fun while it lasted, but I'm really looking forward to bringing out the matching tracksuits. Oh, and we'll start, instead of some metal playing in the background, we'll have some trance music. Okay. Oh. Whew. All right. What do we have on the bar? 110. Look at this. All logged up. Got the log going up on a Tuesday. But it's Monday. Got your girl in the corner, she Tuesday. Club going up. All right. Divided it into rehab, mobility, heavy, technique, and just getting the work in. I feel that. I have a spin the wheel app that I just click and do whatever pops up. And if it's similar to the previous day, I just spin again. Oh, that's interesting. What kind of like rehab and mobility work are you working on? You know anything about elbows and forearms? Because I'm dealing with a bit of a, you probably know, I could just look this up, like the internet is everywhere in here. Phone, computer, like I could just look this up, but you know, there's like tennis elbow and there's golfer's elbow, right? Where one's like the inside and one's the outside. I've been feeling like my lower bicep, basically like my biceps tendon. So like down in this area where it kind of crosses over into your forearm is not feeling great. And then like kind of down here in my elbow, also not feeling great. And yeah, I don't know. Like on pull downs, this will probably work with this angle, is right if I'm pulling and because the bar that I use is angled, right? I can get pretty low. So it is kind of touching right about my collarbones or on my chest area, but I intentionally stop kind of like right here because I feel my biceps like want to take over and I'm trying to, you know, maintain tension and bias on my lats. So I don't know. I know we've talked about like tight adductors and stuff before, so I don't know. Curious your thoughts. The last I did anything was Friday's cleans unless you count Saturday's sandbag carry. Embracing the down spiral at the moment. Well, my brother, we're all gonna make it, you know? Was it Ziz that said that? We're all gonna make it back in the day. My wife has been rehabbing her tennis elbow. Mine's a cubital nerve clicking. I am wholly unfamiliar. Cubital nerve. looking at a ulnar nerve, humerus, radius. Man, ulnar nerve. Well, dude, I hope your nerve gets better. Because I know nothing about any of this. As you see me like fully shrimping over to look at my phone. My wife calls this shrimping when I work. And that's why I got a standing desk. She does forearm work. So supination / pronation with a hammer. Okay. Maybe I'll give that a whirl. Or I'll maybe ask for a referral to a PT. Ugh. All right, last set of these, because we're only doing 2. Ugh. Here we go. Oh man. Gyro ball for blood flow. Oh, it's easy to overwork it. Yeah. I was watching a Alex Leonidas video, and he was talking about just like spamming banded tricep pushdowns just to get a whole bunch of blood flow into, and like, what he's talking about, like training your tendon to get stronger. So I don't know, giving that a shot, I guess, at the start and at the end of training sessions. See if that works. But it's not like it, at least in my case, it's not that it feels wonky or weird on tricep movements. It's more on like bicep movements, I think, and on pull downs. So I'll have to figure out whatever the root cause of that is. For myself, I have the grease the groove with heavy weights. Dumbbells in a neutral grip. Yep. I feel you there, man. I feel you there. But what's on the docket for, for your Monday evening? What do you got lined up? You're gonna watch me awkwardly lay like one of your French girls on this. Find the exact path that doesn't click the nerve, then I just push with that path. Pulls rows, don't cause it to click. All right, maybe we can do a little whoop. Slight zoom in, and that way we can get the one-piece flag, the real cornerstone. All right, and we have some lateral raises. And this will be, I think, our last exercise. We're gonna do 2 sets of 15, and we're gonna do it the French. I don't know why I'm calling it that. Just taking this from Titanic. Ugh. Basically, we're just gonna lay on this like this, and veg out with the wife. Last week was a dearly barely rested over the weekend because of many emergencies. Well, man, dude, hope you're able to relax. Oh, nothing wrong with a little veg out. Whew. All right. Oh man, we had a we had a third birthday that we went to over the weekend, which was, I mean, our daughter had fun, which is the only thing that matters. So, as long as she's having fun, that's good with us. And my work gave us Friday off as a wellness day, which was nice. So we had a little 3-day weekend. Now we're back to it, just being a good corporate steward. All right. Last one of these. And then, oh, we actually have I'll set up these dumbbells just so we can do 2 sets of curls. Because we did some tricep work at the beginning, and I've been doing some tricep stuff just like during the work day. Boy. All right. Man. All right. It is getting, man, it's pretty late. I mean, for me, it's almost 8:30. Increasing shareholder value. Dude, I live every little boy's dream. I wake up every day and, maximize shareholder value. What's not to love? You know? You know, I do like doing these delt raises this way. Forget who I saw doing these, but I thought, oh, that's interesting. Gave it a shot, and I enjoyed it. Okay. Oh. Ooh, there we go. Oh. All right. Last exercise. Let's just knock out some curls. Ooh, get on out of here. I found that machine that removes grip from shrugs. Nautilus Shrug Machine. Bulking, not sulking. That's a pretty good name. All right, let's take a look. As a a guy who works out on the internet, I can respect a good name when I hear it. Bulking, not sulking. Oh, damn. I feel like an idiot. This guy has 230,000 subscribers. Okay. This feels like a guy I should probably know about. All right. Oh, Nautilus Shrug Machine. Here we go. Oh, interesting. No main gaining in his book. Dude, that is really cool. So you put your hands on the pad, and then there's another pad on your forearm. So you're kind of locked in, and then you're just, wow, that's pretty cool. Dude, these Nautilus machines are pretty cool. Wait, does he only post shorts? I'm confused. Dude, Mike Menser with just a powerful mustache. Gotta love it. Man, yeah, those are pretty sweet. Yeah, so Keenan flaps aren't too far off, and everyone bashing it currently haven't had the historical aspect considered. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. But, I mean, does that guy only post shorts? All right. We'll pop this up, get our zoom on. We'll do he leverages his audience for comments as posts as well, sort of like a subreddit. That's pretty cool. It's a cool way to like build a community. Good for him. All right. So with this little elbow forearm thing that's recently been cropping up, we're going to forego hammer curls, and we're just going to do some good old-fashioned dumbbell curls with a little bit lighter weight than normal. But anyways. Ooh, there we go. We'll do one more of these, and then I have a lot of food I need to go eat. I think I have like 800 calories I need to go eat. Oy. Actually, let's see. Where are we at? Oh, actually, I was wrong. We only need 500 calories. That's not bad, and it's mostly protein. We're chilling. Take pics. Sorry, my sister's making dinner. Not here, just in general. No, I'm not down 800. I've had basically 2,700, and I need to get to 3,200. So we're 500 off, which won't be too difficult. Yeah, I'll have a banana and scoop away and some other stuff, and we'll be cruising. Shake and baked chicken. Yeah, dude, I've had so much, I mean, you can probably relate, maybe. I've had so much chicken in my life that I've like way overcorrected to beef. Now I eat so much beef, ground beef, you know, steaks, hamburger, which is basically ground meat, chuck roast, all that kind of stuff, just because it cooks fast. It's easy to meal prep. I think it tastes pretty good. I'm just so burnt out on chicken that, dude, chicken just almost never sounds good. Ground turkey, you get a lot of ground turkey as well. But yeah, Costco has the 85-15 grass-fed, 3-pack that I know I can meal prep. 1 pack is basically 3 lunches, and yeah, I just eat a ton of beef. All right, here we go. Ugh. Okay. Okay. No elbow and forearm wonkiness. So, chalk that up as a win. But it is nearly 8:30. So, fellas, ladies, mostly fellas, I assume. But, you know, we don't. We're not partial one way or the other, but I do believe it's nearly time to call it and get on out of here. I read this. So many chickens have given their lives for this mid body of mine. Dude, I can, I 1000% empathize with that. But yeah, it didn't mess with my elbow at all. So we'll chalk that up as a win. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Spend some time with. I'm just getting cords out of the way. Spend some time with my wife, eat a little food, watch a little show before we wind down for the evening. But as always, guys, appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. It means a lot. Tomorrow we got lower day. Not really looking forward to it, but we have about 24 hours to change our attitude about that. And yeah, we'll be back around-ish the same time, depending on kids. But as always, you know there's a lot of places you could be spending your time and your attention. So thank you so much. It means a lot. If you're on Twitch, please consider following. If you're on YouTube, please consider subscribing. We like to have a fun, silly goose time here. And yeah, that's all I got for you. So with that, you all have been great. We've been the MeatHaus. Have good evenings. Have good days. Appreciate you all. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Finger guns. All right, catch you later. Bye-bye.